This question, it looks like the setup shows there is maybe a ceiling with a string holding a block, and there's this dart that looks like it's being thrown upward and is going to hit the block. That's what it looks like is going to happen. And lo and behold, that's what it shows. And now it looks like the dart has changed height by delta H. So it's toward the block of mass MB, and it's got a mass D, hangs at rest from the string, so this was V0 equals 0, has a speed V0. Immediately before, so this had V0 equals V0, V0 dart. It collides and sticks to the block, and the dart speeds upward to a height h before it comes to the rest. So at the top, we know the velocity is 0. We want to know the change in momentum of the system. So let's consider beforehand. This thing has a V0. So the initial momentum is mdv0. And this momentum is 0. And so the total momentum, initial momentum, is 0 plus mdv0. So the momentum before is mdv0. And if we look at the momentum afterward, it's going to be the momentum of the block, which has a velocity of 0. It says it stops at the top. And the momentum of the dart is 0. So the change in momentum of this system, it now has 0 when it's at the top. It did have mdv0. So it decreased by mdv0, or it's a negative mdv0. Choice B. This says there's no change, which is incorrect. We can see that. This one, what it's really saying is that it changed, that at some point in time, the block had this velocity V0, which it didn't. That is not true. It never had a velocity of V0. What happened to the block is it had a velocity, initial velocity of 0. It sped up a little bit, and then it went back to 0. Something like this. But it never, ever reached the value of V0. And this other one here, again, says there's something to do with the mass of the block being multiplied by the initial velocity. At no time did it ever have the initial velocity. So it's choice B.